These are all examples of Algerian eye. First, I'll show how the basic stitch is made, and then I'll return to this sample to show you how I made some of the variations. So this is made out of a series of straight stitches. It's a very simple idea, and it's based on a little square. I think of the whole thing as creating kind of a little tile effect. And so you can see this will be the center of these series of stitches, and there are 8 dots around the center. Now, I like to start and do this always the same way every time by starting at the center one that's right above the very middle of the design. So I came straight up. Now I'm going straight down into the middle of the whole thing. So this, I'm using a stab stitch action. Next, I'm going to go around the circle in a regular way. So I've gone to this corner, and you can see I'm going into the center. Now, if I use, this is a somewhat thick thread for the kind of fabric, the ground fabric that I'm stitching on. So it's actually going to start pulling the center apart and make the eye into a little bit of an eyelet. Traditionally, this might be done on a lighter weight fabric with a loose thread that you would double up the thread as you went. And you can picture, if you lived in kind of a warmer climate and it was sunny and you wanted to have some decorative curtains, how pretty it would be to have made these rows of these. And it would let in a little bit of a sunlight pattern, and the little holes that you would form in the center would just let in kind of a little bit of a breeze, but you'd still have some sun protection. All right, so we're almost all the way back around. Now you notice that I followed my pattern. I went consistently around. You want it to pull evenly. Don't start going, here to here and here to here. And you don't want to go from the center out, because it'll be difficult to, you'll have, if you had your needle poking up through the center, it just makes it harder to work with. So that's the basic with 8 and making the little tile or box. But you can see that with some of these, I've gone back through and added some extra colors of thread. And you can see, if you use it in a tile manner, this was traditionally something that was popular, that you could make little alphabets. Use it the way you would use a cross stitch. You can make a little pattern of it. Here are some with, a variety of them with different contrast threads. Here's a little pattern where I've alternated them. And you can also do it kind of on point. You can make it into a diamond shape. There are a lot of pleasant variations you can do on it. Now let's keep in mind that this is called an eye. So here's a place where I have used it in my Swedish salmon pincushion, and I've just used it simply to make an eye. And then here it is on the Ellen's scissor case, where it just makes a tidy decorative row, just to call a little bit of attention to an area and make a separation. And here I've spread it around in a background in a sampler. Now the Swedish salmon and the Ellen scissor case are both PDF patterns and kits where you can practice this stitch. You can buy these on the McElroy Sisters Etsy shop.